The former CEO of crypto exchange FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, is in U.S. custody.
He's expected to make his initial appearance in federal court today. Prosecutors announced Wednesday that two of Bankman-Fried's associates pleaded guilty to fraud charges as part of a plea deal. Bankman-Fried has said he did not knowingly commit any wrongdoing.
Jacquelyn Melinek is a senior crypto reporter for TechCrunch and host of the Chain Reaction podcast. Thanks for being here. So tell us, what do we know about these two associates of Sam Bankman-Fried who are now cooperating with federal prosecutors?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on. And basically, this is just another segment in the FTX Alameda debacle. It's continuing. Yesterday, Sam Bankman-Fried arrived in the U.S., and we thought that was the biggest story of the day. But it actually turns out that the former CEO of Alameda, Caroline Ellison, and the former CTO and co-founder of FTX, Gary Wang, were also charged with federal criminal offenses in the U.S. Ellison could face up to 110 years, while Wang can face up to 50 years. And while they were both cooperating, both parties were allegedly heavily involved in the whole operation. The SEC said that Wang created a software code that allows Alameda to divert FTX customer funds, while Ellison knowingly used misappropriated funds for trading, the SEC said. And these plea agreements do come with reduced sentencing in exchange for assisting the investigations. And the Southern District of New York Attorney General Damian Williams said that they are not done in terms of announcing additional charges last week. And now we know that Ellison and Wang were at least some of the individuals he was referring to at the time. And I really think this means that Ellison and Wang are likely to be key witnesses for the feds in the SBF case. They lived with Sam Bankman-Fried, and they had the most direct knowledge. As we know, Ellison is SBF's former girlfriend on and off, and they were most likely the ones who had the most direct and best knowledge about Sam Bankman-Fried and the internal operations of FTX.
Well, even the current CEO of FTX has been critical of Bankman-Fried. Is there anybody who's in his corner right now?
Maybe his parents. I feel like at this point, Sam Bankman-Fried hasn't been operating and cooperating in the way that the other parties perhaps might have. And I think he's honestly in denial. I think right now he thought he could stay in the Bahamas. Initially, he didn't want to be extradited, and now he is extradited, and that was by choice. And that's because I think, the Bahamian government denied bail for him. And there's conversations with his legal team that he might be able to get bail in the U.S. under a bunch of strict conditions as house arrest or electronic monitoring, among other things. But I guess in Sam Bankman-Fried's eyes, that might be being in a Bahamian jail.
So we have months of this ahead of us as we're looking at this trial. The reputation of FTX is the reputation of FTX, but how is the crypto industry doing? And what kind of a hit is it getting from all this negative attention?
Yeah, I don't think this is a positive situation for the crypto industry, as I'm sure everyone is aware. People who know nothing about crypto have reached out to me and said, hey, do you know what's going on with FTX? So the effects of this and the spread is beyond just the industry. And regulators are definitely paying attention to it. Last week, the House had a hearing on this, and it was the first of many hearings that they'll have. And it basically just shows that the industry needs regulatory framework. There needs to be conversations around this to protect investors.
All right. Jacquelyn Melinek, we appreciate the insight. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.